Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back to another video here in Mania. I'm here to present to you 5 massive deals on Storage Wars. If you're new around there and you haven't already, go down and subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, we'll try to get back to you, and most importantly click the bell to not miss any of our future uploads. Further ado and do the further, let's jump straight in. 5 massive deals on Storage Wars. Coming in at number 5, we have the Frank Gutierrez collection. If you search for the biggest recorded find on the show, chances are one storage unit is going to show up every time. The unit was purchased way back in season 3 by none other than Daryl Sheets, the gutsy gambler whose presence has been a staple on the show over the years. Sheets is famous for gunslinging bids, occasionally pay off, and just as often leave him with next to nothing. While the up and down nature of Mr. Sheets, Habs' bidding history has always been entertaining. In this case, it was Sheets himself who walked away smiling. He spent a paltry, in retrospect at least, $3,600 on a locker that looked interesting, but nothing particularly special. Imagine the big shot surprise when they discovered that it was home to a whole slew of paintings by Frank Gutierrez. When the proud new owner brought in an art expert to price the stash out, was floored to find out that the whole collection was worth upwards of $300k. Coming in at number 4, we have the king of rock and roll. Back in the early days of Storage Wars, Dave Hester happily filled the role of resident battle. The man would drive folks crazy with a belligerent swagger and was always looking to pick a fight or drive up the price of a unit that someone else wanted, even if his only objective was to stick in the crew and get them to lose their cool. But in spite of rascally overtones, Hester was still a savvy player who did well during his time on the program. The best example of his success came all the way back in the first season, when Hester bought a storage unit that was loaded with newspapers. At first it seemed that all Hester had done was purchase a whole lot of outdated periodicals, but then he discovered that the stash was all from the same day, August 16, 1977. Sound familiar? But that's the day that Elvis Presley died. The unit ended up being a gold mine. The plethora of papers all sporting the king of rock and roll's face, adding up to a staggering $90,000. Coming in at number 3, of the Holy Grail of lockers. Indiana Jones may be clever enough to choose the Holy Grail on his own. If he wanted to be an extra cautious, he probably should have held off on the decisions so that he could talk things over with Daryl Sheets. Or the course to the show, the gambler who is already showing up for the second time on our list has found other ways to make bank besides dealing in rare art. In this case, it came in the form of comic book and toy collection that he purchased back in season 5, which he literally dubbed the Holy Grail of toys. The locker contained an endless supply of G.I. Joes, Hot Wheels, and a whole host of collectible dolls and toys, along with an absolutely massive collection of comics. We're talking 3,000 books, which Mr. Sheets valued at approximately $10 a piece. The count kept raising as Sheets totaled up the mountain of collectibles, finally setting on a total that topped 90,000. Coming in at number 2, we have video game treasures. Moving from comics to video games, the first episode of season 10 featured another huge finding, this time going to bidder Renan Nezoda, who landed the locker for a meager 1.5k. The whole video games, and still more video games. The collection was monstrous, filling up a large locker and clearly assembled by a collector who knew their stuff. Throughout the very long process of adding up endless possession of vintage entertainment pieces, it quickly became apparent that this wasn't just a massive pile of surplus. The whole collection, once it had been painstakingly counted up, was worth upwards of $50,000. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have A Night at the Museum, another locker that Reza Nezoda and his wife Casey picked up during season 6, paid astronomical dividends. The time though, rather than vintage games, the whole had much more of a Night at the Museum vibe to it. As the couple began unloading the treasures, they discovered an endless possession of high value pieces that range from a beautiful grandfather clock to a set of Baroque by Wallace collectible silver that was easily worth at least $2,000, along with an oil canvas painting that came with its own self-valuing paperwork. It was worth $8,000. Guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, remember to leave a like, it helps us out tremendously. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around there and don't want to miss any of our future uploads. Also make sure you click the bell. Your comment down below, we'll try our best to get back to you, and most importantly, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.